Knowing this video is going to get content struck is what prevented me from reviewing it. But damn that, I gotta do what I gotta do. Snake in the Eagle's Shadow, up next on Lone Wolf and Cub. Snake in the Eagle's Shadow is a 1978 kung fu classic directed by Yuen Woo-ping and stars Jackie Chan, Simon Yeung, and Hwang Jung-lee. The movie is a must-see kung fu flick for Asian cinema enthusiasts and is a great gateway into the filmography of Jackie Chan. The plot is simple. The Eagle's Claw School has waged war on its rival, the Snake Fist School, and intends to wipe out every living member to prove dominance in the martial world. This mission is being carried out by Hwang Jung-lee's Shen Kwang and his henchmen. He has successfully killed 3,000 Snake Fist students and only has 2 targets left, one of which is Pai Chen Ten, an old snake-style master played by Simon Yeung. This plot provides a backdrop for a secondary story interwoven into the fabric of the first, and that is the story of Jackie Chan's Chen Fu, an orphan at a kung fu school who works as a janitor/dishwasher and is the unfortunate target of every bully at the school, namely the headmaster played by Dean Sheck. One day, while Chen is in town, he witnesses a bunch of men from a rival school beating up an old man who happens to be Pai Chen Ten. He puts himself at risk even though he doesn't know kung fu, and the men start to beat him up. Pai Chen Ten gives an assist and the two manage to escape. When the duo arrive back at Chen Fu's school, they share a meal, just before Chen is summoned to the headmaster for an ass whooping as a way to gain new students. When a beaten Chen Fu returns to Pai Chen Ten, he notices Chen's bruises and inquires. An upset Chen Fu dashes out of the room and the cook is left to explain to the old beggar what happened. This spurs the old man to cheer the kid up and at the same time test his cunning and footwork with your typical martial arts movie mischief. The next morning, Chen Fu wakes up and his guest has disappeared, but he has left some instructions on the wall along with some diagrammed hand and footprints on the floor. This leads our young protagonist to practice the basic hand and footwork of what will eventually become the Snake Fist technique. Meanwhile, Pai Chen Ten is back on the run when he encounters one of Shen Kwang's henchmen. The two engage in a battle, which the old man is winning when he is injured by a surprise assailant. More on that later. Meanwhile, Chen Fu tries out his new moves on a rich student, much to the chagrin of the headmaster, who beats Chen Fu for not throwing the fight. Chen Fu storms out of the school and bumps into a wounded Pai Chen Ten. Chen Fu brings him back to his room and helps him rest and recover. Chen Fu's kindness is rewarded when the old master decides to teach him kung fu, provided he follows 3 rules. 1. Never refer to Pai Chen Ten as master. 2. He must never reveal to anyone that he knows kung fu. And 3. If he ever sees Pai Chen Ten in a fight, he must not get involved. Chen Fu reluctantly agrees to the rules, and off we go on a montage of wonderful kung fu training sequences. Chen Fu is a natural and quickly is gaining the knowledge and skills of the Snake Fist technique, whose origins arose during the late Song Dynasty. As he is improving with his martial prowess, Chen Fu gets an opportunity for some payback against the headmaster of the school. All of this is interrupted by a visitor from the leader of the rival school, who beats up all the instructors, including the headmaster. When the students of the school see how feckless the instructors are, they all leave and join the rival school, leaving Chen Fu there alone. The teacher of the school returns from his trip and finds its halls empty. Chen Fu explains to the master what has happened, and so he runs right over to the rival school to try to win his students back. The two masters engage in a fight, but Chen Fu's master is bested, which leads our young hero to break his first rule. Chen Fu tests his Snake Fist style out against the rival master's Manus Fist and wins handily. And guess who just happens by as Chen Fu is showing off? Yep, it's Shen Kwang, who follows Chen back to his place and confronts him on the whereabouts of Pai Chen Ten under the guise of, "Oh, I'm his colleague and I'm just looking for him." Fortunately for Pai Chen Ten, he stepped out. Unfortunately for Chen Fu, he challenges Shen Kuang to see if he really is a Snake Fist master. The two engage in an incredible close quarters fight that will lead to an eventual rematch, but not before an epic showdown between two masters, Eagle and Snake. Snake in the Eagle's Shadow is in my mind a fantastic movie. It gets a lot of snubs because the movie feels like a complete ripoff of another Jackie Chan classic, Drunken Master. Truth is, Drunken Master released later in the same year, so if anything, Drunken is a carbon copy of Snake. Whatever your thoughts are on the two, there is no denying that Snake in the Eagle's Shadow has many of the elements that one might like in a kung fu movie. Charm, a bit of story, a few laughs, and good fight choreography. The relationship between Chen Fu and Pai Chen Tin is played up nicely, and I appreciated that the movie tried to throw in a few surprises, which I won't spoil completely for you. One of the more interesting choices that I thought the movie took was to incorporate this priest who is roaming the countryside trying to convert people to Christianity. And when I first saw this, I was like, why is this guy in the movie? Turns out that he is not who he says he is. Who he is and where he is from is actually quite odd, and I would love to hear what you all think about that character in the comments. The better choice was to make the pet cat a part of the story. Chen Fu's incorporation of that cat into his kung fu is superb and becomes an inspirational trope in many other kung fu films. I also love that a younger Simon Yun was able to do some of his own fighting before an early onset of scoliosis kicked in, which hobbled his career. And what do I need to say about Huang Zhongli? This martial arts master is an absolute gem, and in my mind, the baddest kung fu villain of all time. In this movie, his cunning is similar to that of a CSI investigator who is able to piece together clues in order to track down his prey. He's able to play upon the naivete of Chen Fu to extrapolate the location of said prey, and his eagle's claw combined with taekwondo kicks are a marvel to behold. So much so that it is rumored that he actually kicked out one of Jackie Chan's teeth during the filming of this movie. Overall, I think Snake in the Eagle's Shadow is a wonderful film and definitely a must-watch for those interested in the early filmography of Jackie Chan. It's a fun ride with some good fights, and I absolutely would recommend it for a Saturday afternoon. 8 kicks is what I'll give this one. Well, that's all for now. Tell us how you feel about Snake in the Eagle's Shadow. Is it one of your Jackie Chan faves? Comment below and let us know. And please don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification bell for more great content. Until next time, this is your boy, OG Ant, the Lone Wolf, signing off. Peace and